Whatever the occasion, effortless elegance is right this way. Because Hilton brings you new ways to stay courtesy of the Nomad London. And it doesn't stop at award-winning dining in a space draped in velvet and illuminated by vintage chandeliers. No, this day goes beyond with unparalleled personalized service and attentive hospitality. Oh, and did we mention the Nomad London can be booked using your Hilton Honors points at Hilton.com? Hilton, for the stay.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities. So do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today. I'm told it's super easy to do at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
From the Fifth Quarter Studios in Madison, Wisconsin, you're listening to Coach Unplugged. And now, your host, Steve Collins.
Hey everybody, welcome to Coach Unplugged. I am so happy that you decided to join us. If you like this podcast, you should go over and listen to a bunch of the other ones in our network, with like the 5-minute basketball coaching podcast, or high school hoops, or coaching youth hoops. All of those are, I think, interesting, and we would love if you left a 5-star review. You can leave those 1-star reviews at home. But before we jump into the topic today, I'd like to give a big shout out to our sponsors. First of all, Dr. Dish. Mention Coach Unplugged and you'll get $450 off. You'll get great customer service. It is, I can tell you from someone that's still coaching, it has helped my team immensely. I can't tell you the number of shots that we have taken on our Dr. Dish machines. And then also go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. 25 years ago, when I took over a program that no one wanted, that had 5 winning seasons in 35 years, I was the only applicant. No one wanted it. I would have killed for a resource like teachhoops.com. It took me years to turn it into a national powerhouse. And I have put all that secret sauce inside of teachhoops.com. So come over and check it out. 14-day free trial. It will give you the roadmap. It will give you me. It will give you one-on-one calls and office hours and a community of like-minded coaches. I think you'll love it. Let's head off to the podcast. Oh, it's the end of the school year. For people who are listening, this might not go out till July, but it's the end of the school year. So if you're watching, Coach looks tired. Everyone's cashing in. Only a couple. Yeah.
See, I'm just getting started. I work for a minor league baseball team, so baseball season.
Oh
just started.
gosh. Oh yeah. You're just starting to get busy then.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, my seniors have cashed it in. There's like 27 days left of school. All right. So creating expectations for assistant coaches. What do you mean by that? As a new coach that had to probably hire coaches, what do you mean by that?
So, I mean, I got the luxury of being an assistant coach for a lot of times. And so I kind of figured out, like, what if I were a head coach, what would I want my assistant coach to be? Right. And so as an assistant coach, I kind of got to figure that out. And so, I think it's really, really important. My first, job as an assistant coach, there were no expectations. And so I didn't really know, in practice, how much am I supposed to speak up? During games, how much am I supposed to speak up? During, like, what am I supposed to be watching for at practice? What am I supposed to be watching for at games? What is my role in prepping or game scouting or whatever? Like, what am I supposed to do? I had no expectations.
What do you want from me?
Right.
Yeah. You're not going to walk into the minor league baseball thing and just stand there in center field and not know what to do. They're going to tell you what they want you to do. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I think creating good expectations for your assistant coaches and kind of just like defining a role for them is super important. And so for me, I'm kind of a lot like you. I love watching film, and I feel like one of my competitive advantages is being able to watch an opponent and break down everything that they do. I think that's, for me as a coach, I think that's one of my huge competitive advantages. My disadvantage is self-scout. And so for me, my assistant coach's main role is self-scout. And so it's go back and watch games, go back and watch practices. Don't get me wrong, I do it. So it's not just like, hey, I'm just taking his word for it. I'm doing some self-scout, but that's his main role is self-scout. So it's almost like I do 80% opponent scout, he does 20%, but then he does 80% self-scout, I do 20%. And so, breaking those things down, that's one of the things that I look for him. And then like having an expectation for what I want for him during games. So for me, I'm more defensive minded. So I'm really focused in on the defensive end. And I'm locked in on offense, but really focused in on the defensive end. And so for me, I tell him when we're on offense, I want you to watch off the ball. I want you to make sure, like I'm watching our ball handler, trying to figure out, a few other things, but I really want him to look like, especially weak side. If we've got the ball on the right wing, what are the guys on the left side of the court doing? And that's kind of like his main focus, I think, during games that I try to tell him is like, hey, here are your expectations. Here's what I am expecting of you. And you're free to coach in those areas for as much as you want, because that's what I'm expecting of you is that's your main focus area. And so I think if you like setting good expectations for your assistant coaches for during practice times, during games, and during your prep and scout, like I think it really helps. For me, from being an assistant coach for not having any expectations to then being a head coach and saying, hey, I want you to do these things, it's night and day, the difference. I think
it's important to think about roles and goals, but roles for everybody everybody in the program. And I hand out to my teams the players' roles, but I also hand out mine and my assistant coaches and what their expectations are, what my expectations for them are. I want the players to kind of know that, Coach Olson's going to be worried about timeouts and blah, blah, blah. And Coach blah, blah, blah is going to be worried about, I have somebody keep every possession during the game. So I can see, so Coach Morgan is keeping possession. So I know whether whether our defense is working, our offense is working, and how many times they've scored. So again, I think overdoing this is better than underdoing it as far as here are my expectations. It's like, I want you to tell me when Sam's tired. Yeah. Like I don't see that, but I want you to tell me. I will take care of it. But so I think it's really important to start a list of things that just so it can be overwhelming. I don't know what's your thought in that, Coach.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. I mean, with you, I want you to tell me when so-and-so is tired. I want you to tell me when so-and-so's in foul trouble, because I might not have noticed that he just picked up his second foul in the first quarter. Like,
and some people recognize some kids, and they're engrossed. It's like, I tell people, it's like going to a rock concert. It's like, we're not baseball coaches. Yeah. It's not, we're not a football coach where you have time between plays. It's going nonstop. So, and I have some assistants that are really good at reading tired in the faces better than I am. Like there's a couple kids on our team that one of our assistants just can look at their face and know they're gassed. They're going to start turning it over. They're going to start doing this. And I want them to do that. I think open communication with assistants is important. I want machine gun from my assistants. I want them to tell me everything they're thinking, and I will decipher it.
Yeah, I'll make the decisions. Every thought you have, I want it. Yeah, 100%. Yes. Like if you've got an idea of, hey, we should try this, we should try that, give it to me. I'll make a decision one way or another. But I mean, you're here for a reason, right? And so, and a lot of times, like they're probably right. So, I mean, I'm kind of like you. I've got one assistant, like I was talking, watches a lot of off ball. I've got one assistant who manages fouls and timeouts for me.
Right. And usually I'm pretty good at that, but I'm never 100% good at it. So I just want to know all the information you have. That's what I want.
I mean, I get one of my assistants, the guy that manages timeouts all the time, will say, hey, it might be time to call a timeout. And I'll look at the clock and say, oh yeah, you're right. We've gone 5 to 6 minutes without a stop of possession, like a stop and I haven't made a sub. We haven't had a stoppage in play. Like it's just been up and down for 5 straight minutes. Right. No dead balls, no nothing. And so like, okay, yeah, it might be time to call a timeout and give these guys a break a little bit. Or, hey, you're right. We've gone 4 straight empty possessions. So it might be time to, just kind of reset.
Right. Or at the end of the game, maybe we need a timeout, or maybe we need to run a situation, whatever it is, or maybe we need a player, a quick hitter or something like that. So I think that for me, when I saw the topic, when you said creating expectations for assistants and assigning roles, I think the key to a good assistant is first of all, there has to be trust between the assistant and the head. And that line of communication needs to be wide open.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because otherwise you're of no use, to be honest with you, you're of no use to me if you're not going to, I don't need yes.
Right. I mean, I even trust my coaches to make substitutions. Like you're talking about, if they see a guy gassed, like you don't need to tell me if a guy is gassed, you don't need me to tell, like, I don't need you to say, hey, Braden's gassed. Like if you see he's gassed, get him out of the game. Like, and generally if I see a kid run off the bench, I'll look at them and he'll let me know, hey, he's going for Braden because he's gassed. All right, great. Thanks. Carry on. Like,
yeah.
So I even give them the freedom to make subs for me because it's like,
the only issue, sometimes the only thing I've ever had with that is they don't always put the right person, and it's a fluid thing. Like they might go for the 2-man and I might be going for, again, I don't number the kids.
Need them to go for the 3 or whatever.
Yeah, or something. Or it's like, I'm going to go big this time, or I'm going to go small, or I'm going to so there's a little bit of that pivots that I like. I like that freedom to be able to make that pivot. It's like, we're going to go with the big lineup now. We're just going to go size against you, or we're going to go small. All right. Anything else with assistant coaches?
No, not at all. I think just super important to make sure that your assistants know what they expect of you and have that open line of communication. I text my assistant all day, every day, basically, because
we use Slack.
Okay.
We do.
Yeah.
That's kind of our communication tool. And we have like a running text thing, but Slack is, we can keep our, coaches might want to look into that. It's a good way to kind of organize, we're talking about offense, then we start having a conversation about offense or whatever it is within inside of that thing. Tends to work. But all right, till next week, Coach. Hey everybody, I hope you enjoyed the podcast. If you love it and you want to support us, go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. 14-day free trial as we talk. Subscribe, like, jump up and down, do whatever you got to do. Those Apple podcasts mean a lot to us. I read every one of them. Have a great day.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.
Memorial Day doorbuster deals are here at Lowe's. Right now, Rewards members save $80 on the Master Forge 4-burner gas grill, now just $149. Plus, Rewards members save $900 on the Lowe's exclusive Hisense French door refrigerator, now only $999. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 5/26. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details. Program subject to terms and conditions. Details at Lowe's.com/terms. Subject to change.